Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, very good morning to all of you, my dear students. I hope all of you are good at your place. So yesterday I had given you one homework to complete two tables. Have you done that? Has anyone
Yes,
done that? You can raise your hands, those who have done it. Kuldeep sir, okay, yes, Yummy.
ma'am. What?
Uh, yes, Soumya, unmute yourself.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Have you done the table? Have you completed it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you tell me the measurement of table 10.1. Table 10.1, measuring the length and breadth of your own room, I told you to do so. So, how many measurements you have taken and how many
Ma'am,
family members, how many members have taken? You have taken yourself and who else?
ma'am, me and my brothers.
Okay, very good. So tell me the length of the room. What lengths you got? You did three measurements by using different persons. Now you tell me the three lengths that you got.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, सौम्या मैम मेरा था 29 1/2.
Okay. 29 1
मैम
by 2
लेंथ
what? Centimeter or what?
मैम सेंटीमीटर्स.
29 centimeters?
मैम
29 centimeters, the only one big scale is of 30 centimeter.
मैम नो.
Then 29 meters. 29
मैम
meters is
यस.
also too much. 29 meters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 29 it can be. But how with what measurement you have done with? With what you have measured the length?
मैम बाय फुट.
Okay, yes, you have done it with your foot span. Okay, so you got 29 1 by 2 foot lengths. Okay, fine. Okay, then tell now foot lengths. Even I forgot. Okay, 29 you got length and width
मैम 15 1/8.
15 1 by 8. Very good. Then second, your brother's number 2. Tell
मैम
me
माय लिटिल ब्रदर 33.
33 foot length and width
मैम 16.
16. Okay. Number 3.
मैम माय बिग ब्रदर कार्तिक
Yes.
27 1/4.
27 1 by 4 and width of the room
12. 12.
12. Okay. Fine. So what have you concluded from this activity? See, did you get the same measurement with all the three persons?
No,
It is
ma'am.
different, no? Every time you see, you might have observed that every time length and the width of the room is changing. When you are doing, when your brother is doing, when the third person is doing, so every time there is variation in the measurement. Now it is not like that, that every time the length of the room is changing, the width of the room is changing. No, but what is changing? What is changing every time? Every time the length of the foot is changing, because we all have different foot lengths. It is not like that that all the persons in this world that have standard foot length, they don't have the same foot length. So every time the foot length is changing, that's why there is variation in the measurement of the room. So do you think that it is the exact way, it is the correct way of measuring the length and width of the room? Tell me, anyone, raise your hands.
No.
Yes, it is not the correct way or exact way of measuring the length and width of the room. Now see activity 2. Activity 2 who has done? Table 10.2. Anyone has done table 10.2? Measuring the length of the desk by using hand span. Soumya, you have done. Nobody else has done. Okay, Satvik, yes. Satvik, you tell your measurements. Satvik, unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Kuldeep sir, please let them unmute.
Ma'am, unmuted 2 times.
Okay. Okay, Satvik is not. Okay, Maulik, you unmute. Maulik.
Ma'am, 5.
No, only
Ma'am,
five.
3. Ma'am,
Okay.
3 handspans.
So first
Ma'am, my
let me
5
see,
hand
in
spans.
table 10.2, there are 2 columns. Who measured the width of the table and number of hand spans? So you first tell me who measured the width of the table. You?
Ma'am,
Maulik?
yes, ma'am, Ma'am,
Okay,
yes.
so first Maulik measured the width of the table and how many hand spans you got?
Ma'am, 3.
3 hand spans. Then number 2. Who
Ma'am,
else?
my father.
Okay, your father, how many hand spans?
Ma'am, 1 handspan.
Only 1?
Ma'am, 1 handspan with 1.8 string length.
1 by 8 string length. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then third person?
Ma'am, third person, no.
Okay, fine. Okay, 2 you have taken. So still same problem is arising here also. What is the problem? What is the common problem that is arising in both the tables? Can anyone tell me what is the common problem that is coming? Yes, Gunpreet. Gunpreet, unmute yourself.
Ma'am, the number of handspans are changing.
Yes, so you see that there are variations every time when different persons are measuring the same object. Now it is not like that the length of the table is changing every time. कभी वो बड़ा हो जाता है, कभी छोटा हो जाता है. It is not like that. The length of the table is constant. What is changing? The
Ma'am,
length of the hand spans of different persons are changing. Okay. So that is the problem. So that's why we need to have some standard units of measurement which will give exact measurement even if anybody is measuring. So that's why we have the scale. Okay. So
excuse me, ma'am.
yes, who?
Ma'am,
Yes, Monish.
मैम सॉरी फॉर डिस्टर्बिंग मैम मैम आपसे पूछना था मैम अभी बुक का चल रहा है मैम मैं अभी ज्वाइन हुआ हूँ
Yes, we are studying from the book only.
मैम
Okay.
पेज नंबर
Page number 98.
ओके मैम
So page number 98, so we have discussed both the tables. Okay, so from the results, we came to know that there are variations in the measurement of different persons using different foot lengths and different hand spans. So then what is measurement? I told you to underline this definition. Definition of measurement is what? It is on page 98, last line. We see that measurement means the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity. Now, for example, I want to measure the length of this pen. So this pen, the length of this pen, I do not know. Okay, so that is the unknown quantity. But if I will measure it with a scale, so scale is the known quantity. Clear? So what is measurement? Measurement means the comparison of an unknown quantity with some known quantity. That is known as measurement. And this known fixed quantity is called a unit. So this is the known fixed quantity, that is the scale, and it is known as unit. So this is the unit of measurement which has fixed quantity. Clear? Now see, so the problems which came from the tables were, what were the problems? The result of the measurement is expressed in 2 parts. One part is a number, the other part is the unit of measurement. Okay, now if I say the length of the scale is 15 centimeter. So what is the length of the scale? The length of the scale is 15 centimeter. Now out of that, see this has two parts. So this 15 is what? 15 is a number and centimeter is the unit of measurement. Here, so they are saying that one part is a number, the other part is the unit of measurement. So whenever we measure anything, we always write the unit with it, that we are measuring in what unit. So it has one number and one unit of measurement. The length of the room is found to be 12 lengths of your foot, then 12 is the number and foot length is the unit selected for the measurement. Now if we came out, if the length of the room came out to be 12 foot lengths. So then in this 12 foot length, 12 is a number and foot length is a what? Unit of measurement. Clear? So this is how this is done. So one part is number and one part is the unit of measurement. So foot length is, we are measuring the length of the room in the foot length as a unit of measurement. Now study all the measurements recorded in table 10.1 and 10.2. Are all the measurements for the room using everybody's foot equal? No. So I told you that when different person will use different foot lengths, so it will not come out to be same. So are everybody's measurement by handspan of the width of the table equal? While using handspan, was it equal? No. Perhaps the results could be different as the length of your handspan and that of your friends may not be the same. So why are there variations? Because the handspans of different persons are not same. Similarly, the length of the foot may be slightly different for all the students because the length of the foot for all the students are also different. Therefore, when you tell your measurement using your hand span or length of foot as a unit to others, they will not be able to understand how big the actual length is. So if you will tell anyone by measuring with your foot length, so nobody will come to know the exact measurement of the room, because that will come out different every time whenever different students will be doing the measurement. Manat, mute yourself. Don't unmute. Then we see therefore that some, now underline this last line of page 98, second column, last para. This is very important. We see therefore that some standard units of measurements are needed. So there is a need of having the standard units of measurement. So what is the need? Why do we need standard? It is a question that is forming. So question is, why do we need standard units of measurement? कि क्यों हमें standard units of measurement चाहिए? Because they do not change from person to person. Underline these lines. Some standard units of measurement are needed that do not change from person to person. So we need to have standard units of measurement because they do not change from person to person and they give us the exact measurement of any object that we are measuring. Here, now come to, I'm coming to know who is unmuting. Pahul. Kuldeep sir, mute all. Don't let them unmute now.
Ma'am, you are muted.
Yes, yes, have patience. Okay, so now see the next topic is standard units of measurement. Understand, this is very important. standard units of measurement. So you see, still we are going, we have studied different traditional methods of measurement. So in ancient times, the length of a foot, the width of a finger, and the distance of a step were commonly used as different units of measurements. Okay, so in ancient times, foot span, hand span, these all were the measurements which were used as the to do the measurements of different objects. The people of the Indus Valley civilization must have used very good measurements of length, because we see evidence in excavations of perfectly geometrical constructions. Okay, if you go back into the history, so history may Indus Valley civilization is there. So if you still dig out, you get so much beautiful paintings and drawings which have beautiful geometrical constructions. So might be they people might be using some good measuring objects, you can say. A cubit. So what is a cubit? I told you first only. So the ancient people. So I'm telling you, the ancient people, they used to measure the object with cubit, foot length, hand span, forearm. So these are the units of measurements used by the ancient people. A cubit, what is a cubit? Underline this third paragraph. First line in third paragraph, a cubit as the length from the elbow to the fingertips. Okay, again I'm telling you what is cubit. Cubit is the length from the elbow to the fingertip. So this is 1 cubit. So that was also used in ancient Egypt and was also accepted as a unit of length in other parts of the world. People also use the foot as a unit of length in different parts of the world. The length of the foot used varied slightly from region to region. People measured a yard of cloth by distance between the end of the stretched arm. Stretched arm means when you open your arm, this is called a stretched arm. So this is a distance between the end of the stretched arm and their chin. So the Romans used with their pace or steps. Pace means one normal walking step. One normal walking step is called pace. You can underline here and write down what is pace. P-A-C-E. Pace is a normal walking step, or steps also they used to measure. In ancient India, small length measurements used were an angul, that is finger, or a muthi, fist. Even today, we can see flower sellers using their forearm as a unit of length for garlands in many towns of India. So forearm is what? Forearm is also almost same, but there is a little difference from the cubit. Okay, the difference between cubit and forearm. Cubit is from your elbow to the tip of your finger. This is 1 cubit, but forearm is from the elbow to the wrist bone only up to the wrist bone. We will not include our hand in the forearm. Yes, Shriyan, very good. Okay, so from the elbow to the wrist bone. Okay, this is your forearm distance. But if you include your hand also, to up to the tip of the finger is cubit. Fine, you understood what is the difference between cubit and forearm. Clear? If anybody has doubt, you can ask. So however, but what was the common problem in all these measurements? That you know that everybody has different foot length, everybody has different hand span, different cubit, different forearm. You know, some people are short, some are tall, some are fat, some are thin. So that body variations lead to different measurements every time. So that's why, however, everyone's body parts could be of slightly different sizes. This must have caused confusion in the measurement. So that's why they never used to get exact measurements, because these are the body parts which they were using to measure the objects. So that created variations every time. So in 1790, underline this line, in 1790 on page 99, second column, second line. In 1790, the French created a standard unit of measurement called the metric system. Now, for the sake of uniformity, scientists all over the world have accepted a set of standard units of measurement. The system of units now used is known as the International System of Units. Now, what is the SI unit of length? So we measure length in meters. So the SI unit of length is a meter. Underline this line. For 1 mark question, it can be, what is the SI unit of length? So the SI unit of length is a meter. A meter scale is shown in figure 10.6. Also shown is the 15 centimeter scale in your geometry box. So this is also the scale that you have. So this is also, it has, you can see the small partitions are there. So it is in how much, what is the length of a small scale? Anyone? What is the length of your small scale? Yes, Ravleen?
Ma'am, 15. Ma'am,
Yes.
15 centimeter.
Yes, 15
Ma'am, 15
centimeter. Okay, so 15 centimeter and a big scale is
15
centimeter. Now each
15
meter,
centimeter.
okay, each
Ma'am,
meter,
30 centimeter.
each meter is divided into 100 equal divisions called centimeters. Okay, so that means what are they saying? That 1 meter is equal to how many centimeters? They are saying 1 meter, each meter is divided into 100 divisions called centimeters.
100.
100
centimeter.
100 centimeters. Clear? So 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter and 1 centimeter is equal to
10 millimeter.
millimeter. 10 small units are there in that. 10 millimeters. So if you see, all of you have your scale with you, you can see the scale. Okay, so if you look at the scale, just look at the 1 centimeter. So it starts from 0 centimeter, 0 to 1. Now in between 0 to 1, you count the lines. How many lines are there? How many big lines are there, not the smaller ones? So in between 0 to 1, you can see 10 lines are there. So that 10 lines
10.
means what? 10 lines means 10 mm.
10
millimeter.
10 ml.
So 1 ml
10 meter.
millimeter. This is measuring the liquid. Liter is used to measure the liquid. जब हम दूध लेते हैं या पानी होता है, that is in liters. But here we are measuring the length. So length is in meters. Okay, so 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. This you have to remember. And for measuring large distances, for example, Delhi to Jaipur, so then there is a bigger unit that we will use, that is kilometers. Kilometer. 1 kilometer is equal to
1000 kilometers. 1000 meter. 1000 meter. 1000 liter.
meters.
1000 liter. 1000 meter.
1000 meters, not liters. Clear? So see these three measurements you have to remember. Okay, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Now you are now telling me if yes Kuldeep sir.
मैम जहाँ पे लिखा ना आपने 1 किलोमीटर इज इक्वल टू 1000 मीटर, ये विजिबल नहीं है, यहाँ पे रिफ्लेक्शन है.
अच्छा सर, ये यहाँ पे लिख देती हूँ 1 किलोमीटर.
नहीं, दिस इज विजिबल, इट इज विजिबल, इट इज विजिबल.
This is visible.
Last one is not visible, man. Last one is not visible.
Okay, I will write here. Okay, so these three things, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Now you tell me, if 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, then 5 meters, how many centimeter? Very simple question.
500.
1 meter 100 centimeter, 5 meters 500 centimeters. Okay, if 1 centimeter has 10 millimeters, then tell me 6 centimeters, how many millimeters?
60 millimeter. 60 millimeter. 600
Is this much, so how many in 6 centimeters? So you will do simply 10 into, so 6 centimeters will be 6 into 10 mm, that is 60 millimeters. Clear? If 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters, then how many meters in 10 kilometers?
10,000.
10,000
10,000
meter.
meters.
10,000 meter.
We will divide. So 1 kilometer is 1000 meters, 10 kilometers, 10 into 1000,
10,000 meters.
10,000 meters. Clear? So these are the simple measurements which you should know. So today I will share one assignment, in that there will be simple questions based on these conversions. Okay, so you will solve on your own. So this you should know: 1 meter 100 centimeter, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 mm, and 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Now we can repeat all our measurement activities using a standard scale and measure in SI units. Before we do that, we do need to know the correct way of measuring lengths and distances. Now this is very important. So now we have come to the main point. Earlier we were only telling you that there were different traditional methods ki foot length se measure kar lo, hand span se measure kar lo, but that will give variations. That will not give you the exact measurement. But now we have got the scale, so scale will give you the exact measurement every time. But there are some precautions. What do you mean by precautions? Precautions means कुछ सावधानियां होती हैं that we have to take care while measuring the objects with the scale. So what are those precautions now? So next is correct measurement of length. In our daily life, we use various types of measuring devices. We use a meter scale for measuring length. A tailor uses a tape, whereas a cloth merchant uses a meter rod. For measuring the length of an object, you must choose a suitable device. You cannot measure the girth of a tree. Girth means the overall circumference. ठीक है, पूरा जो circle होता है जो tree trunk का, that is called girth, and or the size of your chest using a meter scale. Now with the help of meter scale, you cannot measure the girth of a tree. Tree को पूरे round में आप नहीं measure कर सकते हो with the scale. So for that you need to have a measuring tape. Okay, जैसे earlier people used to use thread use करते थे, but now we have measuring tape. You might have seen mother using it while stitching the clothes. एक measuring tape होती है, वो foldable होती है, that can be folded into circular motion, or any type of measurement can be taken with the help of measuring tape. So measuring tape is more suitable for this. For small measurements such as the length of your pencil, you can use a 15 centimeter scale from your geometry box. Now see, these are very important points. So I'm going to tell you 3 important precautions while measuring the objects. Okay, now for example, I have this scale with me and I have this book. So I have to measure this. I have to measure the width of the book. Okay, so if I want to measure the width of the book, the very first precaution is what? See, number 1, point number 1, underline. Place the scale in contact with the object along its length. So 3 important precautions are there which you need to take care while measuring the objects with the scale. So 3 precautions. Precautions means savdhaniya, means you have to take care while measuring this. So first is place the scale along with the length of the object. Okay, the very first thing, now for example, if I want to measure the width of this book, so I will just put the scale along the length. Okay, the scale should not be like this. The scale should not be like this. But see, I want to measure this length. Okay, this width I want to measure. So your scale should also be placed along with this width. Okay, so your scale should be placed along with the width of this book. Yes, yes, Rian is doing it.
20
Yes.
centimeters.
Okay, but slowly go step by step. So it should be like this, along with the length. So this is the width we want to measure, and your scale should be placed like this while measuring the width. Point number one. Clear? Place the scale in contact with the object along its length. Now number two, that avoid taking measurements from the zero mark of the scale. Avoid taking measurements from the zero mark. From the zero mark of the scale. Now, why to avoid measuring from the zero mark of the scale? Because sometimes there is an old scale, sometimes the scale has broken ends also. The scale might have broken ends. So that's why it is always good to measure the length of the book with from the point one. Okay, don't measure it from the very beginning of the scale, because sometimes it might have broken ends. Broken ends हो सकते हैं, या फिर old scale है, the measurements are not seen properly, the marks are not seen properly. So that's why they are saying that in some scales the ends may be broken. You may not be able to see the zero mark clearly. कई बार ends जो होते हैं वो break हो जाते हैं. So in such cases, you should avoid taking measurements from the zero mark of the scale. You can use any other full mark of the scale, say 1 centimeter. So if though my scale is fine, but still I'm telling you that in case if you have a scale with broken ends or the zero mark is not clear, so then you should always take the measurement from the mark which is clear. Clear? Now see, so if I want to take, I will just take the measurement from the zero, not from the zero, from one I will take. Okay, so from one, it is coming out to be, up to here it is 15. Okay, then again I can put here, so you can put a mark over there. 15 plus 6, 21. Okay, so my starting point was what? Starting, I took the measurement from the starting point 1 centimeter, and my ending point was 21 centimeter. Now can you tell me what is the length of my book? So if the starting point is this and the ending point is this, so you will minus it. 21 minus 1 centimeter, that is 20 centimeters. This is because why I have done -1, because I have started the measurement from the mark 1 centimeter. Otherwise, you know that the measurement on the scale, the units begin from 0 centimeter. So I have skipped 0. Why? Because in my scale, the 0 is not clear or it has broken ends. So that's why I have started from 1 centimeter and the last mark is on 21 centimeter. So that's why I have -1 centimeter, because I have not started the measurement from 0. Okay, one more example just like this. So if my starting point is 3 centimeter and my ending point is 20 centimeter, then can you tell me what is the length of my object? Anyone? Anyone? If my starting point, I have started measuring from 3 centimeter and my ending point is 20 centimeter, then what is the length of my object? What did I do first? Yes, Jasnoor. Jasnoor Singh. Unmute yourself first.
Ma'am, 17.
Ma'am, 17.
Very good. Yes,
17.
you have to minus 20 minus 3
Ma'am,
centimeters, so it will come out 17 centimeters. Okay, so it depends that what is your starting point. So second point of the precaution is that we should avoid taking measurements from the zero mark of the scale if the scale has broken ends or if the scale is used one or old one or the marks are not clear of the zero, if the zero is not clear. So then you can start measuring from any other point also, but you have to minus that those centimeters from where you are starting. I hope it is clear. Is there any doubt in second point? Okay. So third point I will
No
explain
doubt.
tomorrow. Third point is also very interesting to know that how you should see your measurement. Okay. So see if this is the book. So if this is the book, I want to measure. So when I'm looking at the measurement, so my face should be exactly in the center of that mark where I want to read. Okay, so reading should be taken from the very straight position, not like this. I should not be reading like this. I should not be reading like this, but my head should be straight above on the point that I want to read. So see figure 10.9. Figure 10.9 is showing this. Like B, which is the proper position of the eye for taking reading of the scale? A, B or C? Out of A, B or C, which is the proper position of the eye for taking reading of the scale?
B.
Yes, B
B.
is the right position. Clear? So we will stop here today.